Hey, I'm Kev, Mr. Cone. Welcome back to MXGP2. As here we are in Italy, around a very sandy track with lots of rocks, it looks like. Wide open once again, a bit like the Belgian track we were last at. It's Hernandez really kicked his title challenge into gear there with a perfect weekend. And now lies just over a race win behind his rival this weekend, Hernandez on the KTM, the Dutchman, the MX2 champion. At least a couple of times heading into this game, and is in real life the reigning MX2 world champion. So here we are in Italy, not a sandy track, which I like. Like it with the ruts, which I can use to turn the bike, dig in and not crash as well. But you can see, tight corners though, very different from the Belgian track where it's almost flat up the whole way. This has got some bigger jumps, more jumps. It's got some very tight corners. It's very reminiscent of the other Italian tracks we have visited so far this season. The third Italian track as well we're visiting. So there's a few of them on the MXGP calendar. A bit like with MotoGP where they have 4 Spanish rounds. Is this at my rival Hernandez? Trying to make him move on my outside on qualifying efforts. It is. We've ignited horns, or locked horns already. Might ignite the horns in the race. Depends how it goes down. As I was on the best set of jumps though. As before this race, I did not do practice like the last 2 rounds. As that lap time was just the 2 minutes. 57.6 is the fastest so far. So yeah, the last 2 rounds were the only time I've actually done practice for a couple of rounds, and will be the only time, as I was just rusted, as I said, after a week away from this game. But let's see how we do in qualifying. A 57.1 is the top time from the Slovenian ahead of the Brit. Jonas 3rd, Hernandez 4th. Where are we? 14th in the mid-pack after that full, almost 3 seconds off the pace, as we've got the Russian bringing up the rear of the field. And the Brit, Featherstone on the Suzuki in 21st. So we've got to do much better in the race, but can we keep the momentum going on our Suzuki? So here we are, starting in the middle of the pack, alongside Hernandez. Oh, we got a great start. Perfect start. Oh, but we got pushed right in the first corner. And we're down to 10th. We've got Hernandez in front. And oh, we're getting right in the middle of everyone. Work our way into 4th. Make that 3rd. Somehow, being incredibly bashful just worked there. To try and take the lead from Hernandez. There's our rival, well alongside us. Got the Brit down in 5th, Slovenian down to 6th. Got Leiber behind us. So we almost go off. We're using the advertising hose to keep on the track. It just about works though. Got a fantastic jump, trying to take the lead. Oh no, Hernandez is down, we've taken him down. It's happened immediately. That was not a tactical takedown, that was very accidental. But it works out brilliantly for Hernandez. He may be labelled dirty after that move, but I don't think he'll care though. If he takes a big chunk out of his rival's lead. He's trying to turn into Ayrton Senna, isn't he? Of the MX2 world. As we lead ahead of Leiber in 2nd. Great job from the Swiss, not the Swiss, the Belgian rider. Get my riders' nationalities mixed up as they gained a bit of time though. In this section where it is tricky. As you can see, he's looking to the outside. We're hogging the inside. Just like on our qualifying lap when we were battling with Hernandez. There's someone else who wants to come out and play. But as you can see, Hernandez is not in the playing type of mood. He just wants to stay out in front. Have less trouble this race than he had in that 2nd race, of course, in the Czech Republic. And we've got a 1.6 second lead. That's how you do it. Now we come to the part of the track where we're a bit fast. It's just that twisty section in the second half of that where we kind of struggle. This is where he was so bashful in the first lap. And that move seems to have really paid off. I thought it was going down, to be honest. I thought it ended in disaster. As they got a battle going for second, that will help as well. As let's try not run wide and use the advertising Hernandez. Or Hordins. I've got Hernandez on my mind after that first lap crash which happened around here. Into this corner. Well, it's a move that's played off for Hernandez. As you can see, I can almost brake on the front. Kind of use the ruts to get the bike round as well. Let's go a bit wide. Into, oh my god, into the side of the track. We've lost everything. And here comes Hernandez down our inside, giving us some payback. We're down to third. Fourth even. We want to get third though over these jumps. Past our Dutch rival. As we scrub it side by side, diving down his inside, down the inside of the Brit as well. Oh, it's not Hernandez, it's Hernandez for battling. I thought it was Hernandez with the orange. I'm getting confused between my riders. We're taking the outside line, but as you can see, we're getting the drive out of the corner, just like we did on that Belgium track as well. It's worked out to second we are. The leader right in front of us. We've got our sights set on first place. Can we take it over the jumps? Not quite, not quite. As we're coming to the end of the second lap, approaching the final lap of this race. He tries to cut back and he does take the lead heading on to the final lap of the race. Nice move there from Hernandez. Holding the inside line for the first corner. Not the greatest though. You can see it's a bit too rutted down the inside. We take the lead back into the next corner. Go over the set of jumps. Try and get into a good rhythm over these jumps. Take the wide line again. But allows us to get the traction out the corner. And as he built a lead once again, he has, of almost a second. And that was much better into this jump. Nowhere near the advertising audience. Here we go, tight couple of corners. Oh, almost got it wrong into the right hand. I had to turn in and then turn back out. And this is a track, part of the track where we kind of lose time. This time we're not going as wide. Look at that, almost stopping into that right hander. Not what we want to do at all, but we got over a 2-second lead. It's a battling like a hell behind. Fantastic to see for us as we can perhaps have a nice clear lap. And in the section where we're losing out where we are now, perhaps won't lose as much time on this final lap. You can see our rivals alongside us as we lost over half a second to Jonas, who has taken back second place. But we've got a comfortable lead into the final section, this twisty part of the track. Now over the jumps, lean forward, get some scrub on. Got a couple of giant jumps to go. As you can see, the final corner and across the line to take another victory on the Suzuki. What a pairing this has turned out to be. As we win by over 3 seconds from Jonas and the Brit. Libro in fourth. Where did Hernandez come down in ninth behind the Slovenian? What an important race this could be in the title battle. As we have gained 14 points, 13 points on the Dutchman. I think we're 11 points now with the Kawasaki Brit riding Brit. So can we take the overall now heading into the second race of the round? So here we see all the riders lined up in the middle of the pack, remember, alongside Hernandez. Can we get a start like the first race? Not quite, but not the worst start either. But can we stay on the bike for the first couple of corners? That's the big question. It's about for the top 10. And oh, we are down. I thought we had the inside. Everyone's down. Loads of riders are down. At the Frenchman, we had Leiber. So right at the back of the pack. Now we're going to be battling through. Unlike the first race. First race that paid off. Second race it hasn't. So you've got Tonkov and Valent battling in front. We've got Hernandez and Bogues. So getting into 13th. Making up some good places already. Battling to the top 10, are we? We are ahead of Hernandez. My fellow Suzuki rider, Featherstone is down. Unfortunately, taking the wide line. Not the perfect line, though. But it works out. Got Hernandez in front. That's a different line to take. And it just about works out. Let's go into that tight section now. Section where you lose out. We've got the Belgian rider in front. In ninth. Is Petrov in front? No. As always, down again. Is that the Netherlands rider? Side rival takes the lead. Hernandez in the lead. Battling Swiss riders. Hello, Petrov, old chum, old buddy, old pal. That was through, please. So we've got Covington behind. So we're in a Kawasaki sandwich. That's all. We go horribly wide in that corner. He's trying to take the wide line to get the run out of the corners. It's finally worked though. Into the set of jumps. Up into 8th. Oh, lean forward. There we go. Into 7th. Into the final corner. Make that 6th. We do. Or not. Because that's our teammate in front in 5th. And that's Jonas who we're battling with. But we do make it into 6th now. You can see a top 5 right in front. So this race looked like it was going to be a disaster after the first couple of corners, but the fight back has been well and truly on. We can use that bank as well on that wide line to get a fantastic run. Get into 5th place, will we? Ahead of our teammate, we will. And there's the Brit in front of us. Battling for 4th. Got the Frenchman as well on the Kawasaki. No, we have stacked it. Got too slow there. Trying to use the ruts to get a bike round. And we've taken someone down. We've taken down the Belgium. Greg Hernandez. We definitely will be accused of being dirty after this round. So that's Hernandez battling for 10th behind. Can't quite make it down the inside of the Slovenian. And Petrov and Honus as well. He's battling. Get the scrub on. Take the wide line. Is that working? No, we've been pushed out wide. Back down to 8th. Looking down the inside. Is that move working? No, he's down again. We're down to 10th, 11th. On the Belgium, are we? No. Yes, it is the Belgium. Got Hernandez in 9th. We've got Covington behind. And we've got Holby wide in that corner again, but we get the run out of it. There's the Belgian. We've been looking for revenge. Slightly. We managed to just about beat him. Hernandez did not have a good set of jumps. Second place has crashed out. And on to the final lap of the race. That's why Hernandez tries to push us wide as we go into 9th. As here we go. Make or break this final lap. Will we gain some points back on Hernandez? As we've got Petrov in front. Battling for 8th. That's right, that's an unorthodox line from the guy who was 2nd. He's now battling for a top 10 as we clip wheels with him. Just about survived though. Looking down the inside, we're going to take this wide line, use the bank, get a fantastic run out of the corner. And now we're with our Bulgarian chum. Why is Bulgarian so tough to say sometimes? As we're going to land on him, just like he did in the Czech Republic. As we almost stacked it into that corner. Kept it going though. Kept it alright, kept the speed going. That's what we've got to do. Looking down the inside of Petrov and down. No! He's turned into our foe these last couple of rounds, has he? That's right. Being pushed wide by he has got his revenge, the Belgium. Looking down this inside though into the tight corner. Get back into the top 10. We've got to get some points. We're looking for a top 5 realistically, but I don't think that's on the cards. You can tell rival to our left-hand side in the lead. Looking down the inside. Do we get the run out of the corner? With Hernandez. He's pushing us outright. He doesn't care that we're here. He's saying no one is at home. And after the riding that Hernandez has done this round, I think it's fair to say that Riley's kind of losing some respect for him. And it says it's no surprise as well. So here we go. Try and get up to 9th. But is that the best we can do? Is that's a horrible set of jumps. We could be outside the top 10. We are outside the top 10. There's Herding wins. We're going to be 11th, are we? What a horrible race. So many falls. And those final set of jumps, they are hell. As we finish over 11 seconds back of our rival. Frenchman in second. All Kawasaki. Almost all Kawasaki podium there. Britain third. And with that horrible race, we lose points in the title battle, but only 5 to the Brit. So we're 10 points back of him. Now we're 28 points back off Herding, so virtually status quo. But that's not what we wanted that second race at the worst time of the season to do it. Because you get some reputation as well. So not the round we wanted, or the second race we wanted, but now we're heading to some more sand. And the Assen track in the Netherlands. As here we are in the Netherlands, round the TT Circuit Assen. No, not the one you're thinking of, not the historic motorcycle Grand Prix circuit. It's slightly different, it's looking more like Zandvoort than Assen, isn't it? With all the sand here. So try and do a qualifying effort, but this sand is a bit hard. It's not got much give, it feels like, on this qualifying effort. Actually losing the riders in front again. That's kind of our guides around this track. And what's this section? Is that a chicane in the middle of the track? But as you can see, we've got some long straights there as well, then a tight hairpin. Seriously, has Tilke designed this track? Chicane leading onto a long straight, leading to hairpin. Sounds familiar. Let's look at this, we're going on the grandstands as well. He definitely has designed, it's like a best of. As now we are going to a section of the track which seems like we're pretty good. Going over the mounds here. Getting a good run. Now another hairpin. And yeah, the sand very hard. It is like a hard track. Well, than a sand track. Not being able to kick the back end out like I would like to. In the previous couple of sand tracks, particularly, Belgium, but as we saw in Italy. And this is the last European round of the season as well. So looking to end the European season off with a good result, of course, for a title battle as well. But 28.5, pretty good looking so far. And it is pretty good. Almost a second ahead of everyone else. Ahead of the Savine, a bit of a qualifying specialist on the Honda. And the KTM of Honus, they have the Kawasaki of our title rival, the Brit, and our other title rival, Herding, rounds out the top 5 on the KTM. But can we survive the first lap, unlike we did in the last race? So we look at the riders, we've got the inside line heading into the first corner. Will we get the whole shot? Oh, we got a decent start. Let's get up to 5th, looking down the inside. Oh, not quite a whole shot, but second, I will take that. So there's the Slovenian. Oh, we're banging handlebars, but we take the lead. We'll go wide, though. Into the hairpin, then back through. We've got the Frenchman behind. Is that a Dutchman down in their home round? Disappointing to see. As here we go into the chicane. Looking down the inside and take the lead. Now, Frenchman on the Kawasaki's had a pretty good second half of the season. Taking some time to get going, but now he's down to 4th in the race. Turning to make his way past in his home round. Remember? Home couple of races. We'll go to Mexico and USA next. So we go under the grandstand. Pretty nice feature, actually. Much better than it is in Singapore, I would say. The F1 circuit. Going over the mounds where we're unbeatable. We're at home with this Kawasaki. Oh, wide again into that corner. We really do have to meet the apex of these corners. We can't slide the bike round. Like we've kind of been used to in the last couple of rounds. As I said, this sand a pretty dry top. So go around the final corner. And a bit of a shorter circuit as well. Only around 90 seconds. As we're on the second lap now. It's got very wide first corner. Leads into the second. And oh, we've gone down over the rut. Dropped down to 5th. Made that 6th. Oh, it's the leaders down. There he is, right in front of us, I see, or right behind us. No, it's Liber. Got the Belgium in 8th. So we go through the chicane, get a good run. So we're going to be battling again for the win. Winning it like it would be also he's down. The Swiss rider, isn't it? No, the Belgian rider. And Donkink. So we go down under the grandstands. We've got Petrov behind us. Got a Frenchman who actually hasn't gone down this race. Good to see. Look a bit of a fixture. We go down his inside into the top 5. And this our rival, the Brit, alongside us. But down this inside it is. And oh, have we got 4th? I think we have. Yes, just about holding on. And we can see the top 3 right in front of us. But this lap is over so quickly. We're already on to the final lap of the race. Pretty short circuit. We've got Jonas in front, just over a second in front. We also saw a teammate in 7th in that previous lap. Hopefully he gets another top 10. In his battle to finish in the top 10 in the championship. Let's go wide into that hairpin again. But this is a section of the track where we're not the strongest. So just hold on to the bike. Now we get into the section of the track which we like. First we got the kind of chicane there. Looking down the inside. Oh, we are feeling this. He's got Hernandez for a 3 wide. Oh, now the Frenchman is down. I've jinxed him, haven't I? On that previous lap. He's wanting to see. Oh, and the Dutchman boggers in his home race. He's down. There's a battling. Oh, 4 podium. We're off track. Keep going. Keep going. No. Oh, my God. That's brutal. How are we going to finish in 5th, though? Just keep going. This is a track which we do like. But it is too late in this race to make up any positions, I feel like. We really are spread out. Look at the positions. We're no man's land. As we've got Petrov behind. 2nd behind. Got a Brit in 3rd, like a 2nd in front. This is already the end of the race. This is my teammate battling for 7th. As we go through the final corner, the Frenchman has won on the Kawasaki. Good win for him as we finish in 5th after a very messy race. We had the pace around this track. Once again, we fell way too many times, 6 seconds back. Jonas in 2nd, Hernandez in 3rd, and our title rivals finish ahead of us again. We're losing points. Only a couple this time, but every point counts at this stage of the season. So can we make up for it in the 2nd race? So here we go. Can we get another good start like we did in the 1st race? No, we don't. But we're keeping up slightly with the pack. Now we've got to dive down the inside. There's the Venian getting a whole shot again. We've got the Frenchman who won the 1st race on our inside. We're avoiding that rut which we crashed on in the 1st race from the lead, which kind of sent our race down into a downward spiral. Or sent our race down into a downward spiral. Oh, we got into the back. I think that was Hernandez. So we dropped down to 6th. Got Jonas in front. There's a battling in the chicanes. Oh! Our rival this race, the Brit, has gone down. Battling for a top 10, is he? That's all we get into Hernandez. We're both down. Did not mean to do that at all. And now we're down to 11. Look at this pack that's just got in front of us. Oh, someone's down there. Someone sent us down again. We cannot survive a lap of this race. We're down at the back of the field. Petros in the top 10. It has gone all Pete Tong in the Netherlands. Has this pushed Greg Hernandez out the title battle again? We're trying to nut down the inside. We can't get the grip on the inside these corners. So in 16th, getting pushed wide. We can push down in the inside now. Getting the run into 13th. Cross the line. Onto the second half of this race. We've got Ljunggren in front, the Swede. And once again, we're going to be battling this race for a top 5. That's what I really need. I don't want to lose too many points again this race. Go wide into that hairpin. There's always some there. I can't take the inside line like I can into this hairpin. You can see such a difference there. I've got grip now, which means I got the inside line for the chicane. And look at that, we're using everything to gain time this race. So we make it into the top 10. It's that Hernandez we're diving down the inside of. It is. Oh, he's pushed us down. Oh, is that dirty from the Devlin, from the Dutchman? As Ivanov is down at the back. You can see Hernandez in 10th. Oh. What a disaster. And this visit Assen has been, like it is in MotoGP, normally a good circuit for me. It has been a good circuit pace-wise, but just getting into too many incidents once again. We need a perfect weekend in America, in Mexico, it feels like, if we're going to win this title. As Watson has got some fight in him. We're into 15th. It's just like the last lap. I've got deja vu going on here. As we cross the line onto the final lap of the race, can we get a top 10? I can see the top 10 right in front of me to make it into 14th. Make it into 13th. We've got the inside line for once, have we, into this hairpin? We do. Look at the difference. It means I can muscle my way into 12th. Even if we go wide in the exit, we've got to run out the corner. So we've got the inside for the chicane as well. Got a bit of compromise going into it. So I might compromise our pace heading into this jump. It's got Young Gun. Oh, someone's down in front. Oh, it's a Swiss rider, and that's Hernandez in front. There's our title rival. So we can potentially take some points off him in the second race. Very important points as well, if we can. It's got Tonkov behind us, the Russian. Now through the mountains, this is a good section for us. Look at that, we gained loads of time on the Dutchman. Looking down this inside, we're going to run him out of road and take 10th. That's for the second lap. Well, is that all we're going to make up in the final corner? Because we gave up lots of time there trying to get run out of it. And it is not enough to make up another position. So we crossed the line in 10th place. A couple of top 10s that round. But way too many incidents. So we're 7 seconds behind. Oh, the Kawasaki man won again. But under the Frenchman, taking the double and the overall. Over a second ahead of Hernandez and the Slovenian rounding out the podium ahead of Petrov. And the other Frenchman didn't crash this time in this race on the Yamaha. And out the top 5 ahead of Liebert. So overall we finished 7th, lost 3 points to Hernandez, and the Brit had an awful round, 4 points behind us. As we dropped to 4th in the standings, as welcome to the title battle Hernandez, as we have 31 points back of Hernandez, heading to the final 2 rounds of the season in Mexico and America. It's basically status quo from before we took part in the last couple of rounds, as we got the Brit in second and the Latvian in third. We've got Slovenian in 5th, but it's kind of out it now, 60 points back with 100 available. As we get some credits and some reputation, or we lose a bit of reputation as well. So what a couple of rounds. It was some tough love in Assen, and that's a track I really do love on the MotoGPs, and do kind of like as well with the sand on the MXGP bikes. But now we're heading to the final 2 rounds of the season. We've got to be saying goodbye to Europe. We're saying hello to the Americas. And first we're going to the Leon track in Mexico. And then we're ending it in America. And I will see you then. Thanks for watching. And I'll see you next time.